I gotta say this food looks a little weird.
When it comes to fast food restaurants, innovation and progress are two essential components for continued success. But as you all know, the road to success is more often than not under construction. So here are more of the top 10 most outrageous fast food items of all time. Part 3. Captain Crunch Delights. Taco Bell.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, Captain Crunch was here.
The Captain Crunch Delights literally sound like a dream come true. A little fried ball of dough coated in crushed up fruity crunch berry cereal and filled with a creamy, sweet milk icing. What's not to love, right? Available in packs of 2, 4, and even 12. A dozen for breakfast, really? The Captain Crunch Delights showed a lot of promise as they represented almost everyone's dream breakfast. Cereal on the go. Well, as heavenly as it sounds, a lot of people had mixed feelings when it first hit Taco Bell's breakfast menu in 2015. Some claim it was the best thing Taco Bell could have come up with, and that nothing since these little delights has come close to matching the delight and comfort they provide.
Nothing would delight me more.
While on the other side of the coin, it's not so warm and fuzzy. Over-sugared, too oily, and overall just a big, giant mess to eat were the most frequent critiques about these nightmares masquerading as daydreams. The moral of the story? Eat your cereal the old-fashioned way, in a bowl with a spoon.
Cereal, you say?
Bacon Sundae. Burger King.
They even have a bacon sundae for dessert.
Burger King introduced their brand new Bacon Sundae in the summer of 2012. At first, it didn't sound so bad, depending on your stance on bacon. A vanilla soft-serve ice cream with chocolate and caramel syrup, then topped with little pieces of bacon.
You can have bacon when you earn bacon.
These bits were not the part people really had trouble with. It was the gigantic half strip of thick-cut bacon placed on the side as a meaty garnish that left people perplexed. A cold, stiff, and dry piece of bacon at that. Lovely. But the horror didn't stop there. The first bite seemed okay tasting enough, but then comes the bacon. The salty, dry, and chewy texture sneaked up on you and left you with a bitter aftertaste, one that should not be there while enjoying an ice cream sundae.
Just, you know what, ignore bacon.
After a lot of curious tasting and a lot of disappointment, it was eventually pulled off the menu. McSpaghetti. McDonald's.
What is your spaghetti policy here?
In the late 1980s, McDonald's tried to get into the Italian food business in America with items like spaghetti and pizza, but they all flopped horribly. It simply didn't harmonize well with the chain, and people complained that the pizza took way too long to prepare, rendering the fast in fast food irrelevant.
Well, we're waiting.
Plus, the container the pasta came in was just overall impractical. No one went to Mickey D's expecting to eat something with a fork. It was just with the hands or no dice. The flop had little to do with the taste, really. People just didn't bother to order it because, let's face it, McSpaghetti sounds McCrazy. But in the Philippines, you might just be able to satisfy that spaghetti craving by stopping by the local McDonald's. The McSpaghetti is truly an enjoyed and beloved item over there.
I'm in charge of a spaghetti dinner that's not gonna have any spaghetti.
Doritos Pizza. Pizza Hut.
I wish we had a Pizza Hut in South Park.
If you're one of those people who enjoy putting chips on everything, like on your sandwich or on, heaven forbid, your pizza, then this item was literally made for you. But sadly, unless you're in Australia, you're going to have to stick with your plain old regular boring pizza.
We were out of Doritos.
The Doritos Pizza, released by Pizza Hut in 2014, might be one of the best and yet weirdest food creations ever. I mean, Doritos on a pizza crust sounds a little nutty when you think about it. But even nuttier than that is the mozzarella cheese stuffed in the crust as well, making this kind of like a 2-in-1 meal, a pizza and a nachos dish. Now, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Some critics said that you can't actually taste the Doritos because, well, the bits of chips are burnt. Scratch that, they're scorched, making the whole idea of a Doritos crust kind of irrelevant if you can't even taste them. Basically, this was an ingenious idea that was poorly executed for the most part. You might be better off ordering a regular pizza, a bag of Doritos, and just sprinkling the chips on yourself. No burnt chips, no problem.
Anyone mind if I open fragrant Doritos in a tiny room?
Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich, Dunkin.
Waffles, waffles?
Waffles, waffles, waffles!
For when you're running late during your busy mornings, the Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich is the perfect, quick, and easy solution. On National Waffle Day in 2016, Dunkin' Donuts announced the return of the reinvented breakfast sandwich that won over so many people's taste buds in the past. With maple sugar bacon, American cheese, and an egg sandwiched between two thick, glorious waffles, it's easy to see why, as it combined two beloved breakfast items, the waffle and the egg sandwich. With the rising popularity of waffles being used in fast food offerings, it was only right for Dunkin' to give it a shot also.
Waffles? Where's my waffles?
They're coming right up.
Some people said that the taste of the waffles could sometimes overpower the rest of the sandwich, but that's no biggie considering the waffles themselves were delicious. There's also some speculation online that say that the Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich might even be better than the famous McGriddles. But you didn't hear this from us. If you enjoy Dunkin's regular breakfast sandwich and enjoy waffles, there is absolutely no reason why you wouldn't have liked this masterpiece of a sandwich.
So, no more surprise waffles.
What?
Doughnut Sandwich, KFC.
What if I told you that I now have a direct line to get all the KFC we want here?
KFC comes out with a new sandwich that may or may not make sense. It's basically what the name says, a piece of fried chicken sandwiched in between two glazed donuts. And in terms of taste, it's basically all in the name too. You get what you bargained for, the taste of the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices and donuts.
Donut.
Nothing more and nothing less. Well, maybe a little less. This sandwich turned out to be an underwhelming surprise to the avid KFC fans. There was no real correlation between the two flavors, and while the two items are exquisite when they're apart, there was nothing much going on when you put them together. But that didn't make it bad necessarily, just perhaps a little disappointing. The chicken is still KFC chicken after all, so it was extra crispy and well seasoned, and the donuts were surprisingly tasty. Overall, the Doughnut Sandwich was a bit of a messy, heavy, and greasy letdown, but still managed to be ordered and ordered until it sold out.
Smells like that new famous bowl at KFC.
Red Ramen Burger, Red Robin.
Oh man, this is way better than that ramen taco truck.
A burger made with ramen? The world has officially seen everything. The idea of a ramen burger was first introduced in 2013 by Keizo Shimamoto, and Red Robin immediately saw the potential in this new hip item and thought it would be the perfect addition to their menu. So basically, they ripped it off and called it their own. While the idea of a ramen burger itself already sounds a little bizarre, Red Robin's version was certainly not for everyone either. The knockoff version, the Red Ramen Burger, was topped with teriyaki and chiu-chow aioli, fried jalapeno coins, chili-infused shredded cabbage, carrot, and onion, and was garnished with basil, and was all wedged between two crispy ramen buns. Because, well, why not? The noodles were mostly described as glutinous noodle pucks, and didn't exactly make a case for the tastiest buns in town.
All on the puck.
And we can't omit how messy it was to eat. Each bite had you reaching for the napkins and trying to put back together what had just fallen back onto your plate. You would have been better off eating this with a knife and a fork. In general, it wasn't so bad, but it wasn't so good either, compared to the OG ramen burger. But it was a decent enough alternative.
About to try new ramen place. You interested?
Fritos Pie Pizza, Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Little Caesars came up with a brand new, culinary invention called the Fritos Pie Pizza, which left everyone with some mixed feelings. It's basically just a thin crust pizza topped with chili cheese sauce, taco sauce, and cheese, and it comes with the bag of Fritos. Yes, the bag comes separately, which is actually a good thing since you can monitor how many corn chips to put on your pizza. The Fritos come straight out of the bag onto your pizza to give it that extra crunchiness that no one really asked for. Seriously, the traditional cheese pizza is fine all on its own and does not need all of these bells and whistles. Thin crust? Good. Cheese? Good. Fritos?
Nah.
Well, we could easily live without them on a pizza. This one's only available at some locations in Tennessee, so if you're nowhere near there and you still want to try one for yourself, it's easy. Just do it at home. I mean, you already kind of had to make it yourself anyway, so Frito your pizza away.
Pizza! We like pizza! Get out!
Cranberry Turkey Burger. Fatburger.
Can I have a turkey burger?
No, I have the only one.
Like Thanksgiving dinner and a burger, the Cranberry Turkey Burger from Fatburger was featured as a limited-time menu item as part of a fall promotion in 2019. It was a classic turkey burger, but with a little twist. The secret ingredient of this mighty sandwich? It's the cranberry jam.
Shut up, cranberry sauce! Nobody likes you!
Your mom does.
Is there anything more Thanksgiving-y than some delicious cranberry sauce? I think not. The burger consisted of a grilled turkey patty with cranberry jelly, cranberry mayo, lettuce, pickles, and onions on a toasted bun. People were happily surprised by this rare yet obvious combination of ingredients, and the burger was well received overall, just not so popular. To top off this decadent burger, you could also enjoy a nice pumpkin spice shake with some sweet potato fries, making this the perfect Thanksgiving meal combo.
Now this feels like Thanksgiving.
Double Big Mac, McDonald's.
I haven't had a Big Mac in a long time.
When the iconic Big Mac first hit the Golden Arches menu in the late 1960s, people went wild. Well, for those who consider the Big Mac an appetizer or a small snack, you'll be happy to hear that in countries like Canada, China, and Japan, there is an even greater burger waiting for you, the Double Big Mac. With 4 beef patties, 2 slices of cheese, and extra everything else, it's quite a sight to behold.
Double it, double everything, double it.
The Double Big Mac became the biggest hamburger produced by McDonald's and possibly one of the scariest, too. With a whopping 720 calories, the condiments aren't the only extras that go along with this burger. The fat, cholesterol, and guilt are also doubled when downing one of these giants. This Big Mac is certainly not for the faint of heart, literally. The saying double trouble seems to make a whole lot more sense now, doesn't it?
And I ordered a double-double, but they gave me the double-double-double-double.
Hungry for more? Tap on that screen for more great videos, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to join our notification squad.